Yeah, that was
That was
a
cool.
shorter episode.
Yeah, shorter episode this
The
time.
title is called
Lamentis 1.
of the episode 2, right? So
Great episode, yeah.
and yeah, this is why it was so short.
Yeah, why was it shorter?
But I guess not a lot happened in this episode. And it was kind of slow pace as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of dug deeper into, like their motivations, their backstories a bit.
Yeah, but there's several interesting things about it. It's like Sylvie has her own history, so her variant is likely from a different timeline.
Yeah, Sylvie. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because they don't know each other's past, so they're definitely different in that way.
The girl, you mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvie.
Female Loki.
Yeah, the Lady Loki.
Maybe.
Who doesn't like to be called Loki at all, so Sylvie.
She's not a clone, is she? No.
No,
it's not clone.
variant.
Variant, not clone.
She's a variant.
Variant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it seems, is Sylvie right though?
I'm wondering how she knew that everyone at the TVA were actually variants and not created by the timekeepers, as we initially thought. Right?
Maybe,
that was quite,
yeah,
quite a
maybe
reveal.
because she looked into that young lady's mind and found memories apparently hundreds of years prior.
Yeah, that young girl,
Yeah,
Audra from TVA.
Yeah.
I think.
What's a variant?
The variant is like a different version of themselves.
Yeah, something like a doppelganger. Kind of.
Not exactly doppelganger.
Not exactly. This is like
But effectively, you're the same person, but different timeline.
like if you go and
Oh.
change. Yeah, if you go and
Somebody
change
is
the
double
result in the new
dog.
timeline, you become like a
So it's
variant.
like you in a multiverse, but a different universe to the
Universe,
actual one
exactly.
you are in.
Yes.
Yeah, but effectively, the variant is effectively you.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
what this is showing, like Sylvie and Loki are effectively Loki, but they have different backstories, so they must come from
Yes.
different timelines.
How come one's male and one female then?
Different timelines again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different timelines.
So
But
is
yeah,
Sylvie
yeah,
a
so-
variant of Loki?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
She's called Lady
Oh.
Loki. Lady Loki.
Oh.
Yes.
So apparently she is Loki
Yeah, she's Loki from a different timeline. So
from a different timeline.
practically met himself in a different timeline as a female version. Yeah.
It is kind of interesting because they keep traveling through like different time periods, but in this
Yes.
one they were only like in one time period, which is 2077.
Yeah, 2077 in what, Lamentis?
Lamentis 1.
Lamentis 1.
Lamentis 1, apparently the moon,
planet.
which a planet crashes into.
And in the end, we saw that happened.
Yeah,
Which,
you'd think that a
category
moon would crash into a planet, but this one is a planet crashing into a moon.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That defies laws of physics because a moon generally has a smaller mass, therefore it doesn't exert the greater gravitational force on the other body.
Yeah,
I
well,
wouldn't
anyway.
really understand the physics of this, so
yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
But the
Yeah.
planet, the moon, there's a connection to Thanos actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
It looks
of
purple.
yeah,
Yeah,
and also the characters who live there. Something like I don't know how explicit the connection is, but
I think it was considered a category 10 catastrophe, right? And, everyone
yeah.
was,
So another one of those apocalypses.
oh yeah, apocalypses, yeah.
Yeah.
Category 10.
Yeah.
yeah. So what category is this one? We never see it.
Yeah, we're not told what category it is.
Yeah, but apparently it's the worst one
Yeah,
out
she's
of all of the apocalyptic events on the Tempad.
So I heard Lady Loki say it's It's one of the worst. One of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
I think he picked the worst one.
But they survived. They changed the timeline again.
Yeah, but we didn't see how they survive. We'll probably see it in the next episode, but
They must survive.
they survived somehow.
They ended it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
They did, but it's also mid-season now, so
And the question is why doesn't the TVA follow them to Lamentis?
Yeah, no
That's
one
a good
actually
question.
came. Yeah, no one actually came for them from the TVA.
Yeah.
or maybe the TVA don't know that they're there.
Yeah,
They're
they
trying to
couldn't find
fix,
them.
yeah, or they're
But you-
still trying to fix the multiverse.
Yeah,
Maybe because
Since they
they were
bombed the
kind of
multiverse.
messed up from last episode, right? Like
Yeah.
the whole what do they call it? Like
Yeah, they
Red-
bombed the multiverse.
yeah. So because of that, it caused a lot of chaos at the TVA.
Them busy. Yeah.
So they couldn't locate them probably because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That beginning scene though was quite interesting
Yeah.
with the young lady. And
oh
it
yeah,
just-
yeah, the way
Yeah,
she
yeah.
enchanted
To mind.
like the
The
mind.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually see how it's done actually.
Yeah, like it actually visualizes the whole process of enchantment.
Yeah, and then Sylvie explains it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually did like that song. The song at the beginning.
Song.
That was Taylor Kiyoko's Demon song. It's a really recent song, only in the last like maybe year and a half-ish.
Okay.
So quite a new song.
It's quite mellow and nice.
Are you talking about the song that Loki sings or the other song?
No, the song
No,
right at the beginning
At the beginning.
with the mind control. That's
Oh,
quite,
this one,
yeah,
this one.
Yeah, that's quite a
Uh,
new song, and
This is the song.
the
yeah.
song is practically talking about demons in their head.
It makes sense, huh?
Please
Yeah.
forgive me. Please forgive me. I've got demons in my head. The chorus contains that line. But what's the song name?
Hmm?
Oh, it's called Haley. It's Haley
It's Haley
Kiyoko's
Kiyoko's Demons.
Demons.
Demons. Yeah.
That was like released in like
Yep.
2019.
Okay. She's a Japanese artist. Or something.
Oh, right. So it's a relatively new song.
It's
okay.
a relatively new song.
She's a Japanese artist.
No?
Probably. I'm not sure.
Oh, Japanese. Yeah.
Haley
So TVA, you guys were talking about TVA before.
Time Variance Authority.
time- Yeah. What
Yeah.
do that? Are they preventing variants
Yes.
from straying from their
That's what they're
time-
trying to do.
That's
Yeah.
right.
their
plan.
universe timeline?
Yes.
Oh. And something else you guys were mentioning at the beginning with that lady who
Lady
was being
Loki.
enchanted. No,
Oh,
the
no,
lady
the
that
hunter.
was
The
being-
hunter.
Yeah, the
to see
hunter.
something.
And at the end, she said sometimes with stronger minds, it's harder.
Mm.
When she
Yep.
explained that, I went, "Oh, it sounds like that lady had a strong mind," because initially she didn't give away the time
Yeah.
any information, and she knew something was up when it's like her surrounding and the lighting, like daylight, nighttime change, and she's like, "Hang on, what's going on here?" And
Yeah.
I actually don't know you.
Yeah.
That's when she
why
realized
they
it.
they
Yeah.
explained it when she was explaining it. Like,
Yeah,
They're
so I'm
there,
like,
but
"Oh, that
then-
was cool."
they're also there too.
They're
Their
aware.
own mind is there as well. So it's like they're trying to
Yes.
fight against that mind,
Yeah.
which is fighting
That's
against
right.
the-
Just
Yeah,
fighting the
so that
mind
was
control.
cool.
That's what is happening in the first scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah.
I liked how it sort of explained it at the end. You're like, ah,
That's how it
so
works,
she must have a
Yep.
strong mind.
And by the way, Haley Kiyoko is not Japanese, just American.
Oh, it sounds like yeah.
So
Just,
maybe she's got
Well,
a
American, but-
Japanese ancestry.
The
Maybe.
heritage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the last name. Maybe half or something like
or maybe fully ethnically Japanese, but she's American.
Japanese American. Yeah.
But you know this point that we are saying about why didn't they follow? Well, it's because remember last episode they said
Yeah, they
In
were probably
apocalypses?
trying to fix the time.
well, it's not just that. In the apocalypses they hide, right? They're invisible.
Mm.
So that's what's happening here because this is another
True.
apocalypse.
Federated
And so
Planet.
variants can hide in them. and be completely invisible to the TVA. So they probably don't even know that they've gone to Lamentis
Yeah,
one.
so it
Yeah.
can't be detected at all by the TVA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of interesting as well how we see Loki sing in Asgardian.
Yeah.
I mean that song.
Singing in his own language, yeah, which I haven't heard yet
Yeah,
before.
like a folk
So-
song.
But it's not
kind of
exactly Asgardian, but Norse.
Norse, that's right. He's
It's the Norse language.
Oh, who's
And
sharing?
yeah. And considering with the Norse language, I've been playing a bunch of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is the Norse mythology.
If
And
you
you
want,
could actually pick like songs from there, so
But
they
what-
actually have like
Was
Norse
that
songs.
a real Scandinavian language he was singing in?
well,
Was it
if you
like
want a
maybe-
full translation, here it is.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
actually the Vikings Norse language.
In storm-blackened mountains, I wander alone. Across glaciers, I travel forth. In the apple orchard, the fair maiden stands and sings, "When will you come home?" And the chorus is, "When she sings." Yeah, we got this in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she sings, she
it is
sings, "Come home."
Norwegian.
It sounded
The
Norwegian
writer
to
added
me.
that he was impressed by Tom Hiddleston's pronunciation of the song's Norwegian lyrics. So it is Norwegian.
Yeah,
Oh.
Norwegian, but previously Norse.
Mm.
It's the old
No.
Viking
Thomas
language.
Cole- I'm not going to even
The
attempt
song is called Jack Seller Min Genga.
I'm not even going to attempt that because it could be. I think the J is actually a Y sound.
Okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
Yeg Stella.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Min-
attempt that.
Yeah, probably not.
Speaking, so the full song contains 4 verses. Yeah.
Only one of which is sung in the episode. So there's 3 other verses. The full
Yeah.
song though will be on the show soundtrack if you
Oh.
want
Okay.
to
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Interesting.
the soundtrack.
But if you want to listen to more of those older type Norse songs, it is in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Alright,
Okay,
alright.
cool.
no.
Because that game is kind of historical as well, so I get that whole idea.
Okay.
Kinda cool.
Nice.
What else?
Yeah.
Another.
I was sharing the screen about how they found out about the people all being variants.
Mm.
Oh, how they found out?
Yeah.
How she found out? You mean? So Sylvie.
So Sylvie.
Yeah, so going into the C20's mind, I think.
Yeah, from the
Uh,
mind.
Yeah, into her mind, right?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
AI thing. Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about this theory?
That it's all a trick.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That
So
the whole thing
everything,
was an illusion.
everything we saw in this episode on Lamentis is an enchantment
Oh.
because
But
there's
whose
actually
is-
a lot of clues.
But who made the illusion?
She did. So
She
trick-
did.
She
Because she
maybe
planted
did, like
the
right at the
illusion.
beginning.
Oh.
Actually, or it could be the other way
Well,
around.
it
Loki
said
could be
Loki
planting the
planted the
illusion
illusion.
inside Sylvie's head
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's the
when
god of
you-
mischief.
Well, when
But I
did,
guess we don't know until the end.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean the
when you-
clues are as follows, right? Like because it says how it seems very artificial, and also she possesses too much power as well on the Mantis.
Oh.
So who knows? It could be that the whole episode is just a trick.
I like
Which is
that.
possible.
That's an interesting theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes some theories could go completely.
They're completely wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
recently, Marvel theories have been a bit correct.
Yeah, they've not been too bad. They've gotten most things right.
Yeah, most things they got right. Like fans just guessed that pretty accurately.
Yeah, like the whole guess for the power breaker in Falcon and the Winter Soldier was right.
Yeah.
Agent, yeah.
Or in WandaVision about Agnes. That was also cool.
Agatha.
And it's
Yeah.
all along.
But thinking about the whole like love thing,
Oh, dagger! It's a dagger.
but then I just remembered that Wanda and Vision had a similar talk.
Oh yeah, yeah. They did have that discussion.
Yeah, I think I remember it because I actually did like that episode, but it was Vision and Wanda. What is grief if not love persevering?
Yeah, a few philosophical discussions in these episodes.
What is love?
What
Love is
love?
hate.
What
Love is no. What was the sentence? Love is something dagger something,
Love is an
Love is
imaginary
a-
dagger.
Love is
Yeah.
hate originally.
And
Says
then-
what? And then
Love
love
is
is
mischief.
a dagger. Oh, love is a mistress.
Mischief.
Mischief.
Oh,
Mischief.
mischief.
The last one was
Mischief.
life is an imaginary dagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, for the first time, Loki revealed his orientation, his sexual
bisexual.
orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was
Bisexual.
the first time.
Oh yeah, sorry, I faded out a bit when she asked him. So
Yeah.
what about you?
Let's
Did
see.
you have you're a prince? Do you have some princess waiting for you, or perhaps a prince? What was his response?
Prince or
Something like that. Or like
a bit of
Yeah.
both.
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
Yeah,
Oh.
but also considering that, who is this postman?
Yeah.
Oh,
Postman could be someone
Sylvie
from
mentioned.
Marvel, the hero, right?
Because
Be a postman.
Sylvie did say that she had a relationship with a postman.
Postman.
Yeah, with a postman.
Could be
Who
another
is this
hero.
postman? Is this some clue for something?
I reckon it is.
I initially thought she was just joking around.
Hmm.
But then as
Maybe.
she kept talking, she seemed half sincere. So I'm like, I'm not sure. It seems half sarcastic, but yeah.
Maybe there is a real person.
Maybe.
So what's this that Bernie sharing about Thanos?
Yeah. Just article about revealing his orientation.
Orientation, yeah.
Yeah, I find it funny that the way they wrote it, the guy that wrote it, it's for the first time, yeah, they are,
Oh, okay.
like catering to for queer fans and
But effectively in the comics, the gender of Loki was known as fluid.
Yeah.
gender fluid. But in the MCU, the movie universe,
It's
Yeah.
still set at fluid. It was on Loki's file.
There we go. The SJW LGBTQI
yeah, LGBTQ
whatever movement
that thing. Yeah.
has bombarded Disney Plus, whatever.
Oh, well, not just Disney Plus,
Hmm.
Netflix,
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
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 So what are the Easter eggs?
Yeah.
know,
Let me
should
let
be-
me
Yeah,
show
let's
let me
look
show
at
that.
the Easter eggs.
Because
You're gonna
Remember
stay
the
inside your house
Yeah.
and not
Oh,
be
bisexual.
bombarded
Oh, there you
by
go.
the SJW movement,
what happened here?
Oh, that's just a tweet.
by this wokeism.
Oh, hold on, I'll just oops.
Irritates me.
Yeah, but the idea of
Lost it.
Loki's gender in the MCU as fluid means that he is a boy, and then at sometimes he is a girl.
Yeah. Gender fluidity.
But yeah, this is talking about his orientation, what he what's his
Bisexual. Yeah.
he likes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's,
So
so saying
the
here
whole idea of fluid is more than
Because-
just a bisexual.
because yeah, he
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
men and he likes a woman.
Bisexual-
So he's
bisexual
saying
is-
that because
Okay. If you're bisexual, you're one gender that goes with both gender. If you're this so-called gender fluidity,
I think it's
you're
two concepts. Yeah.
you are changing from one gender to another gender.
Different
Yeah,
concepts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one is attraction. So
Yeah.
bisexual, if you're bisexual, you're attracted to both genders.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you consider yourself gender fluid, it's your own sexual identity. Sometimes you feel more feminine, sometimes you feel more masculine. So I think Ruby Rose herself is one of those gender fluid people
Ruby Rose,
where
yeah.
sometimes she
Oh,
feels she's
that
more-
woman. Yeah.
That woman?
Yeah, Ruby Rose, right?
Yeah, Ruby Rose. She's been in, I can't remember what action film.
Well, I
she's
only know
been
her
in.
from Batwoman.
Oh, is she in
She's
Batwoman?
Batwoman.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
that's the most famous role, I think.
But no longer.
Yeah, she
I
only
think she
season
left.
one season.
Yeah,
and
she
then,
left.
Yeah.
Ruby Rose
know-
was also in one of the Fast and Furious movies.
That's
okay.
it. I remember
thought
her
she
in an
did.
action film, but I can't remember what it was because it's so forgettable.
Yeah,
There was a
Herself.
triple X movie as well, like with Vin
Okay.
Diesel.
that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Triple X.
yeah.
What else? That Orange is the New Black, I think it was as well.
Yeah, that one.
The prison movie?
But that's
Prison show?
Watch
TV show.
Prison TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Any human being that goes with both sexes is just bisexual.
Okay, let's just get to the Easter eggs.
Okay,
Well, what
can
did
I
you say?
The reason
can I share? Can I share?
I just want to say, no, Kate. So Kate Herron, the reason why the director wanted to include that because she's if you read it here, she's like the Loki character.
Oh, so Kate herself.
it says-
You're saying that Kate herself is
Yeah, because it
who
says
I
in the
am
next
too.
sentence, it is a part of who he is and who I am too. So
Yeah.
so she's saying that she is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the director, yeah.
The director of Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. The LGBTQI movement coming in.
By the way, this is Ruby Rose and Batwoman.
That's
Uh,
right. Gotham,
Okay.
Gotham, right?
So one
Yeah.
season she played Batwoman for one
I remember
season.
But then they had to kill her off.
Actually, if you
Because,
see
yeah.
if you look at season 2, she's not actually dead. Yeah.
Oh. all right.
Anyway,
No, they
Yeah, but-
recast her.
they recast her.
They recast
not-
her, but then
the
they had
character's
to.
not dead.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the second season. I just watched the first one.
Yeah. They recast her, and they had a good explanation for why her face is different too. So anyway, so here's the Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Oh, the dagger flip.
Yeah, nice.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
It's the
viewers have
same
been
as
waiting a long
the-
time.
So it was the same as the Ragnarok one. I think we kind of knew that because that little part was shown in all the trailers.
Which trailers?
The trailers
show?
of Loki.
Right,
yeah.
right.
He does the dagger flip.
Yes.
Yeah, he did that in, as you said, in Ragnarok's Battle of Asgard.
Yeah.
And then here in this episode, after landing on Lamentis 1, he also adopts this dagger pose. But then in the premiere, you remember that he failed miserably in the courtroom. But now he does it pretty well.
Yeah.
So the Asgardians sword.
Yeah, that was interesting. Her sword.
Lady Loki's sword.
Man.
Yeah, it was marked with runes. The sword. I noticed that.
So this thing says that the sword was from frost giants.
Oh, frost giants. Yeah. That's where Loki's from. Oh.
Yeah.
And the runes are some confirmation connection to Asgard.
Some connection to Asgard.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she still has that connection, even
Yeah.
if it's a different timeline.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, that head mask. There was one part which is
And-
broken.
How come one of the horns is broken off?
Oh yeah, one horn.
Yeah, it's only one horn. Like the thing on the little
Originally-
crown. We only see her with just one horn.
Well, the show hasn't explained yet why the left tusk is broken, but the design does derive from the Marvel comics.
Yeah, which is just
No, but
one horn.
when we saw her initially, she had two horns.
No, it was
not
just
really.
the one.
She was
yeah.
always covered in
It was
shadow.
it was already broken
When
when we see her in episode 2. It was already
Oh,
just one horn.
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe I just didn't notice it.
you lack vision,
Vision.
Emperor.
No, that's
Star Wars.
Yeah, it reminds me of
oops.
Emperor Palpatine.
But that also reminds me of the Vision. Of
Oh, yeah.
WandaVision.
Vision.
Vision, yeah. Vision from WandaVision.
Now I see you lack vision. So Emperor Palpatine says the same thing.
Okay. Also a Star Wars reference.
Though Loki certainly isn't as evil as Palpatine, both share delusions of grandeur and a love of conquering.
That Loki is less wrinkly, yeah. So.
Coulson teleport trick.
Oh, cool.
This is the backstab move.
Backstab, yeah. Coulson died for the first time. 20 times. But,
Well, yeah, in this episode, Loki teleports behind Sylvie, seizing the pad for himself. And he used a similar tactic when he did it to kill Phil Coulson.
But effectively, why does he do that now when he did say that he would never do that again?
Oh yeah, he did say he won't backstab people ever again.
He did.
Not that we can trust him in the first place.
Yeah.
Right, he is the trickster.
I'd never do it again.
He's
It's
the god
a
of mischief. Of
Pouring
course.
way of.
I'd never turn my back on Loki.
Yeah, no one should turn their back on Loki.
If he just appears behind their back, you can't really have your back turned against Loki.
And then we've got Lamentis.
2077.
Then
Don't-
I'll put armor plating on the back of my wheelchair.
Huh?
I'll put
Sorry?
armor plating on the back of my wheelchair.
What about your wheelchair?
What do you mean?
I'll put armor plating on the back of my wheelchair.
Armor plating. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2077 though. Lamentis.
Kree Outworld in a one-shot prologue to what? Annihilation Conquest. That's a game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
a
Kree.
Kree-
So it was originally
Kree
in
Outworld.
the game, from the game. Is that
Yeah,
right?
interesting.
Serving as a backdrop to Quasar and Moondragon, learning about an incoming cataclysm.
Remember Mantis Bears. Oh.
It is bathed in purple hue.
Reminds me of Vormir. Vormir, you know.
Vormir, the Soul Stone.
Yeah, reminds me of that planet.
But 2077 is also a game.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077. The
Oh,
game
yeah,
that
yeah.
everyone was waiting for so long.
Well, it's out already, right? Is this
Yeah, it's already out.
months? Yeah.
They have the game. It's been out for a while.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Cyberpunk
Oh, yeah, there you go.
2077.
That's the one. So, Enchanting Sylvie. The world has been calling Sofia Di Martino's MCU character Lady Loki. True, but she's actually Sylvie the Enchantress. So we shouldn't actually call her Lady Loki, I think.
Okay, so this is actually a different character. This is the Enchantress.
Oh,
So I think they're
Enchantress.
combining, kind of trying to combine the two in a
Oh,
way.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe
Are they
because,
fusing two characters
Yeah.
together?
Possibly because the official Marvel thing does actually have her as Luke Laufey dots here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Unless they're going to change it afterwards because they changed their
Yeah.
mind. I don't think they can. Or they
Yeah.
won't. So maybe it's both the Enchantress and Laufey dots here. Because if you think about it, the Frost Giants, the father would still be Laufey.
Yes, that's right.
And she knew that she was adopted by... Yeah, and she originally came from the Frost Giants, so it would be Laufey dots here still.
Yep.
Oh, this guy.
That funny scene.
It's a very funny one.
So fun.
And she said she never said something that nice
In
ever
30 years.
in 30 years. But this is the same power apparently that Loki used to transform into Steve Rogers during
Yeah,
The
the
Dark
same
World?
power.
Yeah, he's done that trick so many times.
Yeah, shape shifting, right? Oh,
shape-shifting. Yeah.
I love it. Wish I could do that.
And we know that his tricks came from his mom,
Frigga.
Frigga. She said,
They did
down
like
to
the
his mom.
fireworks as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
does the fireworks that they had.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, he did. He's definitely close with his
The
mom.
mother, yeah.
With the mom.
That's why he was devastated when the mother died.
Yeah. Or when he saw the mother die, which hasn't really happened yet
He was
for
in
him.
tears.
For him, but he did
Yeah.
see that future.
Future, yeah.
And the actual Loki was devastated there as well.
Weren't his powers just limited when he was
At the
at
TVA.
the TVA?
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's that theory just now that some people think this whole episode is an illusion. Yeah. I was
Right.
kind
Yeah,
of,
thought
but
this-
no magic could work in the TVA. So when they were in the TVA, nothing could work.
Yeah, okay, but outside of the TVA,
It
Then
would
the
still
the
work.
magic is back, yes.
Yes.
yeah.
yeah. So it could or could not be an illusion. Who knows?
It could or could not be an illusion, but I think Loki's mind is too strong.
Yeah.
And since it's Loki trying to enchant Loki, will that actually work?
You mean Loki enchanting the enchantress?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What you're
that would
saying?
be funny. That would be quite funny. Yeah.
It's like giving her a taste of her own,
Medicine.
like medicine or enchantment.
And Sylvie is a Loki, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Loki's drinking.
Oh,
mirror
another.
straw.
Yes.
Another.
Yeah, that's another one.
Alcohol and mischief do, after all, go hand in hand.
Mirror Thor or what's his name? The guy with the claws on his hand from the Avengers.
With claws in his hands.
The
So you're
claws,
thinking X-Men, not the Avengers.
X-Men.
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, he's like found, in the bar.
Oh,
He's drinking away.
Yeah, but he doesn't do the another thing like the Asgardians or
yeah.
older Vikings.
It's just at the bar.
He's just at the bar.
It's a modern one.
Yeah,
Modern
but
bar.
he's just like constantly drunk. Just
Yeah.
drunk all the
I
time.
mean,
Amplifies
Logan.
powers, yeah.
He's Logan, right?
Yeah, but the thing with this part is the actual throwing of the drink, saying another.
Right.
Another.
Yeah, and another.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like
They
the
do
breaking glass another.
They
Yeah.
do talk about how she accuses him of being, I never drink before a mission,
Ah, yes.
and
Yes.
how she goes, and because he goes, I'm hedonistic, and she goes, yeah, I am too,
too.
but I don't drink before a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, which actually does show that Loki doesn't think too far ahead. Or as Sylvie says, he's a clown.
The clown, it's clown.
It's a mischief god.
Doesn't
Yeah.
plan forward.
But it does seem like Sylvie does have a mission. Like she
Yes,
did plan
she
the
definitely-
whole
She definitely
bombing
has
the
a plan.
timeline for like multiple years apparently. So
See their background?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
flag for bisexuality.
That's right. So here you
Okay.
go.
Bloody hell.
if
As
I
well
think
as
just
bringing-
continue down from that because we already talked enough of that.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, this is what you said, gender fluidity, right? All that
Yeah,
stuff.
but interestingly, it's not just because of, if you go back up a little,
Yeah.
the previous bit of evidence was because the director herself tweeted,
Right. Kate.
because I made her. But this has got a nicer bit of evidence. It says that
Comic
it comes
books.
from Al Ewing's comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agent
it
of
did came from the
Asgard.
comic books as well. That's why I was
Oh.
saying they did originate from the comics.
Agent of
Yes.
Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Postman
The
is Stan
Postman.
Lee.
Oh, could it be Stanley?
Could be a
Maybe.
younger Stanley.
Well, Stanley keeps appearing like
timeline.
everywhere, so
Hmm.
we don't know.
could be.
He's been in like so many places.
But you remember that we saw him as the leader of the Morlocks? Remember that very short scene in one of the which movie was that? I can't remember. Yeah. So
Sure.
this could mean that Sylvie's lover potentially hails from the same universe as the X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men.
Alternatively, Sylvie's Postman could be Willie Lumpkin. But he didn't mail to the Fantastic Four. So yeah,
I
all
guess we
kinds
did-
of sorts
yeah.
of theories.
There's also Sophia theories who Postman is.
Who
I'm
could
sure.
be
Hmm.
that person?
Well,
Could
I
be
mean,
so.
it'll be hard to get Stan Lee because he's dead.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Deep fake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
It's
You could
amazing what
deepfake
they
him.
can do.
Yeah.
It's like what they did to
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Oh my
Luke
goodness.
Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
Mark
But that
Hamill.
looked absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long
Wasn't
as you don't move
realistic,
too
though.
much. Yeah.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. Yeah.
Oh.
I
Terry.
think there was one of Tom Cruise as well.
Oh yeah, recently there's Tom Cruise and someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently other deep fakers could do better deep fakes than the TV shows and movies.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
have
They're trying to make it
all the
fun.
time in the world.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time.
In
Especially
lockdown,
with-
in
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah,
In
no, but
lockdown.
Because if you
yeah.
consider the whole Luke Skywalker one, someone did a deep fake and did a better
Someone did a better one.
Sky-
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker one for that Luke Skywalker scene.
Yeah.
And they also did a deep fake of I forgot that guy's name as Luke Skywalker as well. Who looks quite like him.
Stan Sebastian.
Stan
Oh,
Sebastian.
Sebastian
Sebastian
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
Yeah. They did him as a deep fake for that scene as well.
Oh
Looks quite
goodness.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did a better deep fake than the TV show.
Embarrassing for Disney Plus.
But it always seems to happen. It's like the deep fakes that the movies and TV shows tend to do are not as good as like the proper.
The fan ones.
The fan ones are good quality, actually. Some of them.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Like
Funny,
what?
not such big budget, right? They think they could hire very experienced deep fakers.
Anyway,
But the whole thing about that is they probably don't have the skills to do it.
well, you would
So-
think they would have with that budget.
With
Yeah.
that budget, they probably didn't know how to hire someone to do
Okay,
it properly.
okay.
So they just used
So we used
The
fire those
basic-
fans and
yeah.
There's
they
there
probably
might-
just
maybe
used
the
the,
fans-
the software and just did a
that's
basic one.
like their that's
But
maybe
the fans might not have time pressure
Time frame. Yeah.
yeah.
or budgetary constraints. They can do it whenever, and because
It
of their
can
own
take a
passion,
year to do it.
Yeah, because of their passion, they'll just make it as perfectly as
Perfect.
possible,
Yeah.
and they have all
Yeah.
the time. They're not being harassed and harangued by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
film company to say,
Pressure,
"Hey,
pressure.
you better
Constant
release
pushing.
it now," and this is good enough. Just push it out.
Yeah.
But here's the actual thing, though. The filming would have taken months.
Maybe even
Like-
a year.
Like for The Mandalorian, how long did it
Yeah.
take for them to create the entire episode?
Yeah.
Would
couple-
that take a week or a month or so?
But-
But then if you think
they
of
have
the
told-
deep,
I mean, from
if
the
you
beginning,
think about the deep fakes of that
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker scene,
they, have
Yeah.
to-
when did the deep
they would
fakes
know
start
better from
coming
the
in?
beginning, right?
When
pretty
did
quick.
those?
Pretty
yeah,
quick.
Within
pretty
a
quick.
day.
Yeah.
Within a day, someone did it better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then multiple other ones, like the Sebastian Stan one, came out a day later.
Yeah.
I'd also question. I don't know how quickly technology has advanced. Maybe when they first used deepfake to create Mandalorian, it was earlier. I don't know, maybe beta version or gamma versions of the technology. And by the time the fan goes, "Oh, I can do it," this is like many, many, many upgrades later to the technology, and they can do it better. I don't know.
It's practically the same year, same defect.
Oh, there's not much
technology.
difference?
Like months
Nope,
later.
practically the same. The
Ah.
exact same.
So maybe
Yeah.
it's just a matter of skill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the matter of skill for that part.
Hmm.
And from what they say, that they probably don't have people in the film industry trained to do the deepfakes properly.
Mm. And,
So the
and I,
fans who have learnt the software in and out, they know how to do it better. than the professionals who had probably had never had any training for deepfakes.
Yeah.
Try to learn it on the spot or something, learn it on the go.
Yeah.
Probably have to hire a better skill hunter.
Just hire the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just get
Yeah, hire the fans. Yeah.
That's why when it came to like the Mandalorian one,
they just get the fans to freelance, do
Like-
some freelance work for them.
I think they even said that they didn't have anyone trained to do deepfakes
Yeah.
for the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So they just did it on a whim. They didn't really know how to do it, and they just did it.
Yeah.
And it ended up like really awkward.
Yeah, no, they should have just hired someone who actually had the right skill set.
They probably could have.
All right, let's come back to Loki's Loki's song. Oh yeah, we talked about
Norse-
Loki's song.
Yeah,
Song.
the
Yeah.
old Norse song.
We
Yeah.
actually even saw the translation. Yeah.
Okay, so
Another.
Then she comes
Yeah.
home.
It reminds me of that time. Well, yeah, in Thor.
Oh, Thor movie. Yeah.
Another. And
Another.
another. Thor. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that a lot in like the Norse like stuff.
Yeah.
Like in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they say another throw break. Funny.
Oh, here you go.
Vision.
Here you go. What Jono was saying. The love line.
Love line.
Love is hate. Whereas in Vision, it's what is grief if not love persevering.
I
Line
really
from-
do like that line.
Yeah, Wonder Vision.
That one sounds better. Yeah.
Neither
Vision's
declaration it says comes anywhere close to matching Vision's what is grief if not love persevering line.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
so
you
much
know, I
better.
think Sylvie and Loki's conversation is more of a humorous take on the exchange. You could think of it
Probably.
like a humorous take on what was said between Wanda and Vision.
Yeah, for two people who tend to backstab each other. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like an imaginary
Yeah.
dagger backstabbing.
Yeah, Loki was trying to mock her and tease her as well. Like try
Yeah.
to write down her line after.
love is hate.
Sylvie uses her crown in battle.
Oh yes, that's right. She takes it off.
Yep. Loki did that before as well. Like they take off the crown as a weapon.
Yeah, Loki did in Thor Ragnarok's Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, that battle, yeah.
That
Yeah.
scuffle.
And the landing position, I think we saw
The
this
same as
well.
like last
exactly
week.
the same.
Oh, wow.
Face
Yeah,
down
yeah.
with a described
Maybe that's how
expression.
he always lands in some way.
That's his usual.
He's gonna finish a trademark landing.
So yeah, last week in the Rocks Cart Mole fight,
Yeah.
same thing. And then this week we get the same shot when he's
Oh,
tossed
yeah,
from
when he
the
gets
train.
tossed.
Yeah, maybe that's
Yeah.
just his standard landing position.
Signature landing.
That's his signature landing.
Signature landing.
Yeah.
He tries to repeat his Asgard heroics.
But he never lived those heroics.
Just true.
It was the other Loki, like the proper timeline
This
Loki.
is what he did for pure Asgard in Thor Ragnarok, which wasn't really him. Yeah. Once the planet's destruction became inevitable, Thor, Hawk, and Valkyrie load as many Asgardians as possible onto evacuation ships. Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. Though variant Loki hasn't experienced these events, saving himself by saving the people of Lamentis 1 is very similar.
But they kind of completely failed.
Oh yeah.
They were supposed to help the Ark get off the moon, right? And then
Yeah.
work
It-
at all.
It
yeah.
blew up anyway.
Yeah, they couldn't stop it from.
Although the thing is, if the whole thing's just an illusion, then
Who knows if it really
cares?
happened? Even
Who cares?
Yeah, but
could have been an
But the
illusion.
whole idea of it not being an illusion kind of breaks away the fact that they failed. If it was an illusion, you'd probably hope that the illusion would make it seem that they succeeded in some way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is how some illusions tend to look like in other TV shows and movies. That illusion makes it possible for them to do that feat properly. Or
Could
Yeah.
easily.
whoever was sharing the screen, could I look at that last paragraph about Loki because it said something about he actually wants these citizens to survive.
Yeah, and then all it said was that proves that the frost giant's heart isn't completely cold.
Oh,
That's
is that
all
what
it
it
was
said?
saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
So there's some,
True.
yeah.
So I think the idea of it being an illusion is kind of broken if you see that it's failed.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, especially if he actually wants them to survive. Then if
survive,
you're
yeah,
in control of it, then you'd probably
Make it
make
in
the
the
outcome.
illusion that the outcome
Was
Yeah.
is successful in some
successful,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here are
Why
some
make it that it's a failure?
failure, right? So here's some questions about the TVA. How is Sylvie different from Loki? She is a Loki variant, but so far we don't know a lot.
Yeah.
She's definitely different in gender and physical appearance, different powers.
And different history, apparently.
Well, she knew she was adopted. She
Yeah,
knew, whereas
so
Loki
yeah.
didn't.
So it's
Yeah,
a different
Loki did.
past, different history.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she said, "What? Your parents didn't tell you?" And he goes, "Well, no, but eventually they did."
Yeah.
Because we already saw a bit of a preview for episode 4, and that seems to be going to be looking a bit more into Sylvie's past.
Ah.
Okay. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be
Delve more
interesting.
into that.
So they'll be delving into Sylvie's past, apparently, like a younger Sylvie and her history.
Okay.
So this isn't the type of Loki show that we thought it would be, but it's probably following more of just Loki and Sylvie. So we might not see a lot of other Loki variants,
Yeah.
which we kind of assumed from the first episode.
So we'll see at least.
Because in the fourth
few.
episode, Tom Hiddleston says the show goes in a new direction. So, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's like
Yeah.
a bit of a tease, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe the TVA aren't who they say they are. Are
And she
they
says you won't
actually the
see
bad
it coming
ones?
anyway.
Are the TVA the bad guys?
Why does Sylvie hate the TVA? Because she wants to eradicate the timekeepers. But then there's still a lot that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but then we also don't know a lot about the TVA because Loki was told one thing, but then everyone in the TVA are variants, but they don't know it.
Yeah, because who are they
Yeah.
really? The TVA agents. Because the major bombshell is that they weren't created, as we mentioned just now, by the timekeepers.
Yeah.
Every hunter and analyst is actually a variant from somewhere in time and space, captured and brainwashed by the timekeepers to serve their greater purpose. And this is what we said before.
Somehow,
Yeah.
if we see the hunter's memory, I don't think she is lying.
Yeah, that
Because,
seems to
yeah,
prove
we
that
actually-
she's telling the
yeah.
truth.
Yeah, that scene at the beginning shows that she's been telling the truth. If that memory was from hundreds of years prior.
Yeah. The question then is who are they, right? Appear to be
Yeah.
human. But obviously there's the sacred timeline includes other planets as well.
But then the timekeepers are what Loki calls lizardmen.
Lizard people, yeah.
Even though they're not really lizards. But...
And what do they actually want? Yeah, we saw this last episode. One of the timekeepers, that Jews lizard, looks like a lizard face.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess we don't really know about who these.
Their true motivations
TVA
at the moment is a
are.
mystery. Yeah, so because we
Maybe
haven't
they,
appeared
yeah.
yet.
Maybe they are kind of bad, or maybe they started off good with good intentions and then veered off course. We don't really know.
And you know what actually has happened? Because last episode we saw this
Timeline branching, yeah.
branching.
Someone did a whole video of like every location of the branches.
based on this freeze frame.
Actually, there are multiple freeze frames.
Oh, okay.
When we looked at it last week, we didn't get everything.
Right.
There were a lot more than you could think of for all of the branches.
When did the branching happen?
Last episode. Episode
Oh,
1,
okay.
at the end
When
of
she
it.
during the explosion, like yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, they
Sylvie
bombed the
blew up.
sacred timeline.
Sylvie bombed the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
So did like a fan take screenshots of all the different
All the different
Yeah.
locations.
All the
Random
different
locations.
locations everywhere.
Okay.
Like it wasn't just on the screens. There were other places where you see those locations. There's a video out on YouTube. You can watch it whenever.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
But it's a lot more locations than just on that one screenshot.
Okay. Interesting.
And I think we covered everything, did we?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think